further to go. This is not a political person, not political action. These are people who care about the environment, care about health, care about the future generations, care about our elderly, the pregnant women, that all would be negatively impacted by this power plant. I don't have, you all know probably as much as I or more. We're doing the right thing. We've got to keep going forward, and I hope hope to high heaven we come up with about 25,000, 50,000 people signing up. Keep it up. Great work. Matt, you deserve a lot. Everybody. There's not enough words to say about it. So we have a great group, and let's keep going forward. We can do it. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Are there any residents of North Bergen, other residents of North Bergen who would like to say a few words? Well, so we have residents here who don't want to speak, and you know, one of the problems we've noticed as we're working on this is that the mayor of North Bergen is also a senator and is supporting the power plant, and there seems to be a lot of worries that if you speak out, it might be a problem. So this is something we're aware of, and we just have to keep on going. We now have 16 towns that have passed resolutions opposing the power plant.
16 towns.
Leonia just added its name to the list. On December 10th, if you want to come with us to the Teaneck Town Council meeting at 8 p.m. December 10th, it's supposed to be on the agenda. We've asked them a few times and they voted to put it on the agenda. And there are other towns we're working on speaking to North Bergen.
December 19th.
December 19th, they have their meetings at 11 a.m., which is a kind of interesting time.
That's December 19th at 11 a.m.
11, yeah, it's kind of an interesting
North
time
Bergen
to have
Town Hall.
a public meeting about something so important.
What day of the week is that? December 19th.
Yeah, that's what we figured. Matt is from Food and Water Watch, and he has been very instrumental in helping organize the rallies around and the work around stopping the Meadowlands power plant. I wanted to add something to our worries about the power plant. There will be if it were built, there would be oil trains going right next to the power plant. Those oil trains go through a lot of our towns, right near my house in Teaneck. Who else lives along the tracks? Well, there are 11 towns in Bergen County. It goes through Jersey City, Newark, and then the trains, they would be right next to the power plant, carry back in crude oil, which explodes like a bomb if there's any kind of a derailment and any kind of a spark. But we've got new information that was in the record this week that tar sands crude oil is coming from Western Canada, and it's going to Perth Amboy unless we can stop it. That crude oil is apparently worse than vacuum crude in terms of its danger to the environment and to people. It's carcinogenic. It's cancer causing, very, very, very dangerous. So there's a million reasons why we have to stop this power plant. But you know, I think Matt's going to say a couple words about what's happening in Trenton on Wednesday, where we need to stop the building of all fossil fuel infrastructure, pipelines and power plants. We need renewable energy. I'm going to turn that over to Matt.
Thanks, Paula. Thank you, Paula and Janet, for organizing today's outreach rally in North Bergen. Is a great job. I think we talked to hundreds of people, dozens of petition signers, and really getting the word out to the local community about the negative impacts of this plant. Unfortunately, this is just one of a dozen major fossil fuel projects proposed in New Jersey. And despite the governor's commitment to transitioning to 100% clean energy, he has yet to stop a single one of these projects. And in fact, he's given the Meadowlands Power Plant 5 of the major permits that they need. There is still the main permit, which is the Clean Air Act permit, which the governor has not issued yet, and we need him to deny that. We need to continue fighting these projects one-on-one, but we also need to combine our forces so we can form a unstoppable movement of communities all over New Jersey who are facing the threat of fossil fuel pollution in their communities, and put united pressure and a united call on the governor to actually lead on climate change by stopping the approval of new fossil fuel infrastructure in New Jersey. Did anyone see the IPCC, which is the UN report, or the National Climate Assessment that was just published on Black Friday? President Trump did his best to try and get that lost, amidst the post-Turkey hangover. But the fact of the matter is that the warnings that are coming from our scientific community are stark. We have a limited window, 12 years, to draw down emissions of fossil fuels by at least 3/4 of their current levels in the next 12 years. And the only way to do that is to stop adding to the problem. So by approving a new power plant in the Meadowlands that would emit 3.5 million metric tons of carbon dioxide would push us in the absolute, opposite direction of exactly where we need to go. So we are forming a broad-based coalition of communities all over New Jersey, grassroots organizations, environmental, public health, economic groups, to call on the governor to put in a moratorium on all fossil fuel development. We are launching that campaign publicly this week on Wednesday at the state capitol in Trenton. It's at 12:30 at the State House Annex, which is 137 West State Street. We'll hear from grassroots leaders in these fights, experts and environmental organizations, organizational leaders who helped elect Governor Murphy and were part of the Blue Wave, including Blue Wave New Jersey, will be there with us to kick off this campaign, which is so critical. I would say that if there is a resident from this area that would be impacted by the power plant, whether that's North Bergen or any of the surrounding towns, who would like to come and say a few words, we would love to have your perspective and your leadership with us at this kickoff event. So come see me right after this rally if you are interested. And I want to thank everyone here. This is exactly the kind of work it's going to take to turn the tide against fossil fuels and get word out in our community and be that unstoppable force. Sometimes our efforts can feel like a small drop in a big body of water, but it all adds up. And collectively, we've already gotten thousands of petitions into the governor, hundreds of phone calls, and in meeting with the governor's staff today, they notice, right? They know that the Meadowlands Power Plant is on the map, that the residents are voicing their concerns about it, and that's exactly what what we need to continue doing. So thank you all for being here today, and I don't know if Jeff, you want to say a few words on behalf of Sierra Club, or if anyone else wants to share a few words about the fight against this power plant, why it's important, or any other thoughts about where we're at currently.
I just want to thank everybody for being here. It lifts my sails. It lifts my sails to see this kind of effort. And that if we just keep it up, we're on the right side of history, and we're going to keep on fighting. And I know I am. I got grandkids. They can't fight for themselves yet, so I'm going to do it for now.
Thank you.
Let me just a quickie. Before, when people were out petitioning, Janet was speaking, and there just weren't enough people to hear her. But she did something really important. There's a very big public relations campaign in North Bergen to promote the power plant. There is a very large PR firm, MWW. When we were lobbying against fracking wastes in Trenton a few weeks ago, Mayor Sacco, wanted to talk to him about the power plant, and he turned me over to the PR guy who works for Mitsubishi. So, and the residents, many of the residents received already 2 sets of flyers. Not everybody got them, but Janet really did an important thing in laying out what's in that flyer and the misinformation that's in,
propaganda.
Misinformation. Janet, do you have that right there? Because it's really important, and she did the work, but it was sort of going into the air because there weren't enough people standing here at the time.
It got recorded. It's very long too. There's a very long.
Go for it.
Well, one of the things in that flyer, it says that this plant is going to generate funds, millions of dollars of funds, to support clean energy. Now, it's very ironic because why don't we just start out with clean energy plants? So there's a lot in this flyer that talks about it talks about keeping the energy up for homes. 1.3 million homes are going to be using the electricity. They don't say in the flyer that the homes are in New York, not New Jersey. So there was a lot in that flyer. It's very slick and glossy, and there's a tremendous amount of money behind this effort. I also want to say I'm representing Green Faith. Green Faith is a collaboration of religious congregations. 8 congregations representing 8 different congregations: Buddhist, Catholic, Evangelical, Jewish, and we are all behind you 100%.
All right.
Anybody else who'd like to say a few words?
I want to say something else, if I may.
I forgot to mention before that I want you to know that not every mayor in Hudson County is supportive. I've spoken to 2 that will be nameless, representing significant municipalities, and they just said, it's not the time, there's pressure, it's not your town. So at the right time, I don't know what that time will be, when there's, I guess, an overwhelming, or I don't know. But I just want you to know that not all towns' leadership are supportive. Thank you.
Great. All right. So thank you, everybody. If you have a petition, give them to, there's a box right under the